Kickstart. Thank you so much, E. Burke. And we are looking into this monument here. And look at Mr. Skittle. He bought his town center, closest center. Everyone was spawning in this area. Most of the people are going outside just to get more resources. With me is Mr. Nobody 41. What are we witnessing here? Oh, he's not here. Can you hear me? Huh? I think he should be around. Well, we can see that Skittle built his TC close by, but a lot of horses still around. So Jupe is for now controlling the monument, and as we all know, controlling the monument gives you extra resources, and he's already there for a solid 2.5 minutes. So he's basically controlling this from the get-go. Nobody 41. Did you unmute yourself now?
I'm muted. God damn. Give me one
God
second.
damn.
No, I'm not muted. I'm not muted.
No, now you're back. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then tell me, what do you think about the start of Skittle? It did not really work out how he intended to, right?
Oh, can you hear me? And can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So yes, I mean Jupe is stealing a lot of resources. I did this earlier in the qualifier. Just try to get a little bit of resource at the beginning. It's so great to have this monument, for a minute, 2 minutes, or whatever. It's so many resources at the beginning of the game. So great play from Jupe. You should probably just lose his horse right here. And I think this will pay off in the end, though, for Skittle. This is going to be a lot of resources he gets once he is able to take control of this monument.
Let's take a look. Now he will get some more hits, 11 HP left for him. And Skittle's start will be so bad here. And Jupe is just getting massive amount of resources. Look at that. Now over 260 seconds already on this monument. And, well, still 5 HP. Skittle is pulling a third villager now.
This is pretty great. I think he's gonna get one more hit, and it should be out. Okay, Jupe's good.
Finally, Skittle will take it, and he's instantly starting to wall this monument. Interesting approach by him. Let's take a look how the others are approaching this. For example, our other top players, Mr. Tertito. He built the wonder in the center as well. Tries to go for all the free food, but needs to walk quite some distances to get onto wood. Later on, some gold and stone as well. More people built on the outset. Kind of what we normally see. Only Skittle being the super crazy guy.
I think I remember watching from Robo yesterday that it might not be established as that players are fighting as heavily for the middle as they should. I think Skittle's going to get, even though he's been delayed, he's going to get a huge advantage from all the resources from this monument, and I think it's going to be worth it in the end. I'm surprised no other players even contested for this. Jupe just got a little bit lucky, but he's not really contesting it with villagers.
And we were also talking about civilizations here. We have 7 players, and it seems like they all made up their mind and have a pretty strong favorite, except for Kong.
Oh, it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, we don't even have any Goths players here. Is there something that I'm missing? Do you think the Malay are that much better than the Goths?
Apparently the players think so, right? Well, the Karambit spam is nice. You can in the end go for 2 swordsmen that don't cost gold. Elephants are still an option, so I can see why they're good. Maybe even if you go harbors, well, there's some water.
Yeah, that is true. There's a lot of water actually. Yeah, I could see why the Malay might be that much better than Goths, especially on this map. Anyway, the key for the Vietnamese, as we were saying before, those elephants are very population efficient, although they use a lot of resources. I think one good push with the elephants could certainly do a lot of damage. But if they lose the elephant pushes several times, that's going to be a lot of resources wasted.
Oh, Skittle might lose a villager. No. And yeah, I think the big benefit of the Goth is that you can just spam 5 barracks in the center and just keep your production running. But if you have like 3 castles on the outside, maybe even a bit further away from the water, your Karambit stream will walk quite a bit.
A lot of players getting quite a bit of food. The players on the outside don't really have as many access to resources. I think wood is going to be, definitely a big thing this game. Tata's position, he's done a great job getting food, but again, not a lot of wood for him.
Yeah, so true, but now sending more villagers over. Not a lot of people really docking. We see Kong going for 1, and that's kind of it for now. I thought more people would try to abuse the fish here.
The thing is, on this map, it looks like all the fishing is shore fish, so it actually is more efficient to take it with the villagers than maybe the fishing ships. It's one of those weird quirks in the game.
Yeah, probably true. And villager fighting Skittle even not microing back properly here. And we'll lose one villager. Let's take a look. Well, still some fighting with Honey, but Honey is getting home.
Yeah, it looks like each player losing one villager, by my calculations. Not able to completely wall it off, but Skittle's got his little area of the map now.
Yeah, and another mill for him. He is not on the outside at all. But honestly, like, what is on the outside that he needs? He's getting gold. He's getting stone through the monument. At the moment,
he's pretty crappy, but yeah, he'll get a lot of them from the monument. Where do you think he goes now with the strategy? Do you think he probably's got a castle in the middle, right? Maybe fast castle?
Wouldn't be the worst idea. He's walling off all the sides, so only he can kind of access the center now. Maybe Honey might overbury that area and tries to get in that way.
No, he's going for the deer. Sorry to ruin your pun.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we will see. And Skittle now on the outside will try to go for some more control. Did scout some with his one villager there and
What
found
in the
some
world
turkeys.
is Tato doing? He's gone all the way to the left of the map to take some deer? What?
Interesting. Let's take a look into his point of view. Oh! He missed the gold spot very close to him. Look at that. Oh.
That's a shame. That's probably what he was looking for, I guess.
Yeah, and now while he's going on stone there. Oh, that's so unfortunate for him. So close and yet so far.
He can see a little bit of gold though, but I guess he hasn't actually looked at it. No, he can see it, Tato.
Yeah, he saw some gold.
Not surprisingly, Skittle's the first to advance up to the next stage. Let's check if he has enough resources. He has enough resources to do a fast castle here. Again, the strength of that monument.
Oh, and he's trushing Tato now.
Oh, he is trushing Tato! How cruel is that? He's trushing the master of the trush.
Oh man. Okay. We'll see. One market from him. Needs some more wood to go on.
He's gonna try to wall them in! He's gonna wall them in!
Oh, but not with Tato.
No, not the best micro. Not the best.
He could have done that, but, well, he was blocking their own villagers there. Okay, needs only the blacksmith now. And then he will be up, and he should be the first one to get Castle Age as well.
Yeah, first gonna research town watch, and then he's gonna go up. Not surprising, he's gonna be the first player up. It's just up to him. He's really gonna be dominating, you know, what happens in this game right now. He's able to drop a castle either on Tato or on Honey, and potentially take one of them out of the game early.
Yeah, potentially. And if you lose your TC there, and that might be, well, shortly after they reach Castle Age, it's going to be tricky. And Tato, he's sending more villagers to the top. He's really spreading around, kind of at 3 spots at the same time now. Or make that even 4, he's going to the south as well.
I mean, sometimes in free-for-all, it could be good to, you know, spread out. And this is such a large map that, you know, if you lose one area of the map, say you lose your town center and, you know, your farms and that kind of stuff and your buildings, you could just rebuild in other areas of the map. So perhaps Tato's playing more of a long game.
Yeah, potentially. We'll see maybe some backstabbing. Obviously, it's easier if you're already spread around. And it's impossible to get defeated as well. So let's see how they will play this out. Skittle will reach the Field Age, or the Castle Age now. Remember, this was a no TC start, so timing should be a bit off. He has enough stone for the castle. Let's take a look where he builds it.
So far, no activity from him. No indication as to where he wants to put this castle. He's placing down a town center in first. I always hate when that happens, when they have 650 stone and they place the town center first. I want to see something more eventful than that.
Oh, yeah, agreed. And he's even dropping 3 TCs, apparently. It's down to 360.
Yeah, I kind of disagree. If you drop the castle right now before the players are into Castle Age, you know, it might take out a player. You could always drop the town centers later.
Well, but you can also start your bloom and drop the castle later.
That's
because
true,
taking one out, they're still facing 5 people.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, I don't know. Just a different preference, I suppose. Because if your opponent goes up to castle, then they can, you know, potentially deny your castle too.
Yeah. In the 1v1 scenario, I think the castle first makes more sense. In this FFA, I don't mind to see the boom first.
I'm just wondering to myself, how much are players actually going to contest Skittles' hold in the middle? Now they have access to stuff like siege workshops, you know, powerful units. I'm wondering if anyone's going to contest this at all, or they're thinking in the back of their mind. Sometimes if you take the middle too early and people know that you're, you know, the top dog in the game, they might go after you. So I wonder how hard Skittle holds this and how hard people go after him.
Yeah, we'll see. And Honey is the first one who can actually contest this, since he overburied now. Only Skittle with his horse there. Let's take a look if Honey is trying to go in there. Does not look like it.
Berry Villager is dangerously close to getting into the middle. And oh, never mind. Skittle's got a horse there. My bad.
Yeah, so nothing too exciting yet. Jupe, quite some points as well. Did scout quite a bit of the top area. Has 3 TCs running as well. Solid 39 villagers for him. Everyone around that area. Only Red a bit behind here. Adding TCs now, but he has some small fishing ship advantage as well.
One thing I always like in free-for-all, it's always very valuable to take the corners of the map. That way it's harder for players to attack you. You're able to take more resources. The corners obviously have more space and more resources, just the geometry of the map. But like players like Kong Forever, I think, and if Jupe can possibly expand to the north, might be at a little bit of advantage, possibly Skittle also. But players in the middle, right next to other 2 players like Tato or Modri, might be a bit of disadvantage if they can't take a corner.
yeah, that's so true. Corners are so nice. We see Kong is really controlling a corner, and Jupe will do the same. Meanwhile, the center is controlled by Honey for now, but now fought off by Skittle. And if I can tell you something about Skittle, he loves villager wars. He's so crazy about it.
Well, he's got tons. What has he got tons of villagers in the middle for? Is this? No, it's not for the castle. Where did all of his stone go?
Let's take a look. He built.
Oh, he built one at home. Disappointing.
Ah, okay. Well, securing some more stone for him and killed some of Tato's villagers.
Yeah,
and
yeah, killing a lot of villagers actually. What in the world is Honey doing?
Huh. He's not even controlling the monument here. Skittle walled him off. Well, he cannot do much with his villagers now.
Oh, he's been walled off. Oh my gosh. What a great play from Skittle.
Yeah, let's see if he can save his low HP villagers. He's trying to move them back and will lose one more. But he will kill like 6-7 villagers of Honey. Now top score against low score.
Yeah, that was a real terrible move from Honey. It's going to drop him all the way down to the lowest score in the game. What I was going to say is Skittle's built his castle, you know, in his base. He's really focusing on the left side of the map. To me, this tells me Skittle might not, you know, go all in on this first 100-year countdown.
Well, the castle is still reasonably close. If he builds another castle there, I don't mind that too much. Like, as I said, the first castle in the center, it's so easy to lose those as well.
Yeah, but it might pay for itself, you know. It could go either way.
What is Tato doing with all his villagers in the center?
Better question is, what is Tato doing this game? He's completely abandoned his middle base. He's kind of building up to the north. Where in the world is he? He's like he's just trying to expand to every corner of the map, I guess. Do that parasite strategy.
Yeah, did he have a challenge or something? So weird. Oh man. Yeah, and he's walking even further to the north. Villagers over here. That's so weird by Tato. Just spreading around everywhere.
I didn't notice this. No reaction from him. Kong is kind of doing he's going to wall up his corner of the map, which is a great strategy I like. But it doesn't seem like he's noticed this from Tato.
Yeah, well, maybe he doesn't want to make enemies unnecessarily. And
how do you not make enemies with your opponent sending villagers into your base?
Well, not that early at least. Okay, and Skittle producing the first Karambit warriors here. And his tower rushing the center a bit more. We are getting into the phase now though, where like the wonder efficiency is getting less and less efficient. Because, well, the wonder kind of is like 12 unupgraded villagers and still nice advantage there, but for now, like booming army efficiency and taking cost-efficient fights is more important.
So far, there haven't been any huge engagements in this game, but you can kind of see that some players are pulling away just a little bit compared to other ones. We, of course, have Skittle because he's been in the middle the longest, but also I like Con Forever's position and, maybe one of the two players in the bottom. The top players kind of look a little bit messy.
Yeah, that's true. And, well, we only had 3 players really controlling the monument, right? It's Skittle for an endless amount of time, Jupe for the first 4 minutes, and Honey for like 20 seconds or something. So, normally we have seen players, switching around the monument so much more than in this game.
Look at Tato's literally in every part of the map. He's on the top, he's on the bottom, he's on the right, and he's on the left, and the center too.
Yeah, so weird, so weird. Only missing some dogs in the center of him, and, well, maybe he could squeeze in between yellow and blue in the south. That's something he's lacking for now. But yeah, it's so weird how he's spreading around. 84 villagers only for him. He's actually 3rd lowest.
There are quite a few relics on this map. Certainly would be good for a lot of these players to go after them. I don't have my relic counter on right now. How many players have gone after the relic so far?
We have relic count 1 for Modri and 1 for Kong. And looks like 10 relics on this map or something like that. Modri's up to him, by the way.
Yes, let's see what he's going to do with that. He's playing, again, as the Malay as everyone else is. I wonder if he's going to make the question is he going to make a contention for the middle, or is he going to go attack one of his nearby opponents? And maybe he could do a little bit of both, because Skittle is one of his nearby opponents, but might be biting off a little bit too much that he could chew. Skittle's building a castle in the middle, and I'm guessing if you're Skittle, maybe try to make this push and see if you can't just hold it, get a little bit lucky towards the middle.
180 years to go, has a nice amount of towers. Is he trying to wall off? He is trying to wall off all enemies. He is going for it. Skittle is going for it.
This game is so weird. I swear we haven't seen any military yet this game. No one's attacking each other at all. And yeah.
Skittle with the highest kills. Second highest kills is 7 from Honey, actually fighting off with Skittle there with the villagers. The rest, well, very low single digits. 2 kills is the 3rd most. Now 3.
Modri's sending his Karambits to the south, actually, to kill Tato, I guess? Why did he go to Tato first?
He had an outpost there, already has Tom Watch and Tom Patrol. So kind of felt, okay, Tato might be here, let's get some ground. And probably didn't want to fight off against Skittle. Score overall pretty close though. Everyone between like 4k and 3.5k.
Yeah, very surprising. Jupe must have had a monster boom or something, because his score is, it's quite high, and Modri as well.
Well, Jupe had the first 4 minutes of the monument, therefore could easily switch into 3 TCs, later on 4 TCs, and could really keep it running. And, well, we will see huge army numbers for sure. Overall population super close as well. Look at that. Everyone in between like 20 pop.
Yeah, certainly these players are pretty well, their skills are definitely well respected. So far, no harbors in the middle, but players really have to start to think about going towards the middle or attacking another player or something like that, because only 150 years left on this counter.
Well, Skittle, certainly the one going for it. We saw already lead Karambit Warrior for Jupe coming in, and, well, some more control, some more walling. Skittle going for the crazy walls towards purple and Tato in the north as well, but that's all not going to be perfect. We see the first Karambits now coming in from Honey. Yeah, it's impossible for Skittle to wall all passings.
No, but this will suddenly delay a lot of the players. Hopefully, for some of these players, alarm bells will be going off when they see all of these walls and all this investment from Skittle.
Yeah, well, it's still 135 years. People think, okay, the distances aren't that long. I could go to the center. And yeah, someone in the chat just pointed out, Tato's KD. Not super convincing yet.
Not yet, but he's built a castle right on top of Honey. What you don't want is players fighting over each other right now, because they need to go towards the middle. Tato's certainly going to, do a heavy blow to Honey's economy with this castle.
And only 3 players in Castle Age, and 2 of them clicked up. Tato, the only one still lacking that.
Yeah, Honey's in a really bad position. He's got a castle to his right as well. Nowhere to go towards the south. And Honey might be the first player out of this game.
Oh, well, we will see. People really need to push against him. But yeah, he has no way to run. Pretty ugly. He actually might need to push someone first before trying to contest the center.
All right, Kong is going to make a play for the center, I think. He's built 4 archery ranges. He's obvious that the Imperial has no obvious enemies. He's going to take care of Tato in the back of his base with the castle. So I think Kong is at least going to make a push for the center.
Let's see, but what is he going for? Attacking for elephants, has a lot of archery ranges. That's going to be elephant skirmisher? Huh. Oh, a lot of chatting going on. Lol, why everyone choose to kill the weakest one? Oh, poor purple.
Yeah, they're saying that Yellow's had the monument for quite some time, so you know, hopefully they gang together. That's what we're hoping for.
Has to be somewhat like 30 minutes out of 36? Something like that, right?
Yeah. Rochelle Rochen is going to also make a play for the middle. He's got 2 castles coming up and docks.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Going for the Malay push. Not sure. So many upgrades at the moment. Really feels like, yeah, well, we're reaching late Imperial Age or mid Imperial Age. And well, poor purple. He's getting raided quite a bit from Mr. Jupe now. And indeed, first time, 100 years. Time to spam some nearly years in the chat, guys. Oh, you're already ahead of me. Great stuff.
Skittle's done a great job walling the middle, but it might have maybe not boomed his economy as well as he should. I don't see a lot of army from him, whereas some of these other players are, you know, definitely getting all their upgrades and even sending army towards the middle. Skittle's going to go for the expensive battle elephant. Maybe he should have gone with karambits instead.
We'll see. He is at only 8 military at the moment and very under upgraded. Look at that. Not a single backbench upgrade on battle elephants or the karambits. Now he will even lose the monument there against the karambits with elephants.
Oh, and Tato's spamming karambits into Skittle's base too.
Oh, okay.
He's
so
attacking the 2 watchtowers. It's a little bit of revenge from earlier in the game, I think.
Oh yeah, and Skittle, well, that will be tough for him to control. Well, it's 80 years for him, but still no blackness. That is so weird. More karambits being sent in. His KD has to be pretty good pretty soon. Reuchel is going for quite some kills at the moment, killing the earlier karambits, but suddenly Skittle, second lowest in score.
I tell you what, never underestimate the revenge factor in free-for-all games. It's okay if you lose, as long as you take out your opponents that, you know, wronged you earlier in the game. It always seems to be thinking in free-for-all games.
Yeah, that's so true. Skittle, 70 years, but we kind of agree, like, if 2 or 3 players focus on the center, he should not be able to hold this, right? But he has a lot of walls still.
And he's got a very strong unit. He's going to eventually get his upgrades on the battle elephants. We have 2 players going after him. I feel like if we got a 3rd player, then there's no way Skittle could hold this. But it's only 63 years remaining. Anything can happen.
Well, those elephants, they will do quite well. What do they need, like 3 hits against the karambits? I don't think he actually needs to upgrade the attack here if he's facing mainly karambits, but now elephants are coming over from Roger as well.
Yeah, the karambits are I think I think they're a great unit in most situations, but I think they're a terrible choice against elephants, particularly because the elephants have that trample damage. You can get a surround on the elephants, but the elephants just going to be doing more damage the more karambits there are.
Oh, and Skittle is going for it, mate. 110 population for him. He's sending all the villagers. No villagers working anymore. He has 42 idle villagers, sending all of them to the center now. He is going for it. 47 years left. Do people maybe underreact to this?
I think they are. I think this is the best chance Skittle has at this game. He's got no economy at home. Tato's completely gutted him. If he's going to win this game, he's going to win it now. And he realizes this.
More monasteries now. No idea what he's trying to achieve with that. 40 years for him. And people aren't sending in enough. Now for the first time Kong is coming over. They're trying to push in. He finally broke those walls. Skittle, still 35 years. He needs to send in all the villagers. Oh, yeah.
This is going to be closer than players think, I think. I think this is going to come down to the next few years. These elephants are so tanky.
Malay elephants obviously the weakest ones, but not a lot of damage output from the other players. Skittle trying to go for monasteries, but Zeko is just so weak. Now we see Jupe coming in, Modri is pushing, Tato is sending all his stuff over. Skittle still walled himself off, that's kind of a problem. Longswordman of Hania coming over. Skittle just running around 25 years to go.
We have, what? 4 or 5 players in the middle now. Even Tata's coming in with this huge army of Karambits. Gonna go after the castle. Not a lot of yellow units left. 20 years remaining. I think Skittle might be out of this game.
Yeah, I think so as well. I believe we're down to 6 players. Monument switched to Mr. Red. And Skittle at 55 pop. Will he try to reboom? At the moment, mass idle villagers. And he probably is face palming at the moment and not continuing to play. Oh,
yeah,
no,
Skittle still has some villagers. I think Tata's giving him a little bit of a break, although there's some more Karambits coming towards the bottom. So we'll see if Skittle has any role to play later on in this game.
Well, we'll see. He has a lot of vision in the center area, but for now, Blue is controlling the monument, Mr. Modri. But everyone kind of retreating.
This is such a mess right now. I can't believe how in the last 50 years, just everyone decided to attack everyone. And who do you favor now? I mean, Kong's obviously got a good position, but I don't think he can hold down this monument.
I like Kong's position. He has bomber towers already around. He has by far the strongest elephants. I think this kind of makes sense. I think Modri is in a good spot as well. Röchel is kind of contesting, but not really having the big armies. I think only Karambit is not the option. I believe you need elephants as well.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. We were thinking earlier in the game. Oh, Honey's gonna call it GG right here. He's getting raided by Tato. And down he goes. You still there, Nilly?
Yeah, I was debating if I need to ban someone in the chat because of insults, but I decided against it. Okay, so...
Anyway, but in the beginning of the game, we were thinking how strong the Karambit spam was going to be, and they've just completely fallen apart to the elephants, in my opinion. And that's kind of interesting to me. I didn't think that would possibly that would happen.
Yeah, we thought people's eco were way worse, right? But since only one person really went for the middle and the rest all boomed, the ecos are well set up, everyone controlled quite a big area for themselves. Tano is still kind of weird there, but they're like kind of 5 players, still really with strong ecos, and they're able to contest with good units.
Going back to that civilization debate earlier in the game, do you think maybe that, you know, Kong was onto something, that the Vietnamese might actually be the strongest of these 4 civilizations?
Oh, they probably have the strongest unit when it comes to the best battle elephant. But, well, maybe Imperial Skirmishers isn't that bad against... I'm not sure, against Karambits. Well, Bomber Towers is something both civilizations have. Well, let's see, 75 years for him, but Modri has a task as well.
I would like to see some more monks from these players. We're asking kind of why Skittle was making monks, even though, he had most of his elements of his own. I think monks are good not only as a, to convert your opponent's elephants, but also to reconvert your own elephants back.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works, right? But let me think, Malay, they have Phase and Heresy, so if you get all the upgrades, that conversion isn't really an option. Kong now going for Elite, Red and Archers. I'm not sure if that's really the unit he should be adding here.
Not at this stage. I think he needs to get more castles out and have his castles secure. They'll do better against Malay elephants since they don't have that pierce armor, but I think his own elephants is really where it's at. And maybe Halberdier and, Imperial Skirmisher.
Well, maybe like 20 red and archers behind your attack line
absolutely.
Are pretty strong. Yeah, okay, so I will take this back. By the way, did we see any demo hits yet? Not really, right? Because Röchel is the only one going for water, and he is attacking demos now, and he has a solid bank as well. 4k, 2k, 6k, hello.
Looks like Junpei and Tactor are really going at it in the north. Junpei now sending a lot of Karambit warriors into Tacto's base. Tacto's really growing in the north side of his base. All of his other bases have failed, but just having this one base that's successful, you know, goes to showing his diverse strategy, I suppose.
Oh, and Tato going for another attack against Skittle. Also trying to snipe the Monastery of Modri. 2 relics down there for him, and well, green and blue kind of live peacefully in the center, but in war close to the monument.
Yeah, Rochelle or Chen sending a lot of units into the middle, just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of crazy, but he's not actually got a foothold in the middle because he's got no buildings there.
Okay. So kind of feels like red and blue are just trading off, and that's typically a bad scenario because then it's kind of tough to ever win. And you're kind of weakening yourself for the long game. So I kind of feel the biggest benefiter at this moment kind of has to be Röchelrochen.
Sorry, I can't pronounce his name.
Oh, it's a German one. Yeah.
But there's
Roach. We can call him Roach.
Roach, okay. The thing is, Modri still has control of this monument. Sure, he could be benefiting a little bit, but I'm always in the back of your head, always kind of a little bit worried. I always want to have that counter reset.
Yeah, but once green can always decide like, okay, blue is holding it, I will attack blue, red is holding it, I can attack red, and he's not investing that much. Just Halberdier, Karambits against the other guys, going for way heavier gold units. I still have to say I like the spot of Roach here.
Coming in with Halberdier now, and man, these elephants are so tanky. It's always so hard to get a player off of the middle once they have control over it. I think Modri's not gonna get it this time, but you know, maybe he's gonna send villagers or something like that.
Now we'll see. Now he's heading bomber towers, and red is lacking some army, now sending in his halberdiers. And am I wrong, Vietnamese? Do they not get blast furnace?
No, they don't get blast furnace.
Ah, okay. Well, then I had a brain bug. Okay, so let's see. It's still the control of Modri, down to 46 years here. Pop 160 for him, and his production is real, but not really queued up.
Yeah, one way players could have, you know, prevented all the spam from Modri. We have Rochelle Rochen on the right side, you know, not really raiding his opponent here. It would make a lot of sense for him to do that, I think.
Oh, and finally Jube is joining the party again. After Tato is retreating, he's switching on to some monks as well, and now we kind of need to take a closer look into the center. Uh-oh, Modri is going all in. He's sending all his villagers. Pop 150 for him still. 32 years.
Are we going to see a repeat of Skittle? I'm not sure. But most of these elephants are gone. Let's check. I'm going to check Modri's resources. Does he have enough to keep elephant production? We can make a few more, but not that many more.
He's even queuing up scouts, sending all the villagers. 26 years for him. That's a lot. He is going in. The big difference is that he has bomber towers, and now all his units are upgraded. That's still a lot of meat on that field.
I would have put it that way, but yes, a good chance at winning this. 20 years remaining.
Oh, but villagers are blocking each other. Skittle's wall still working, kind of here. 16 years, everyone is trying to send in. Not a lot of communication, though.
15 years remaining, he could potentially have this game. Modri going back and forth in the top score. His score is actually dropping, but that doesn't really matter. 11 years remaining.
Oh, that's a lot of Karambits. More villagers now going through. Some elephants coming. He's sending everything. I believe this looks good for him. No one really cutting off all his reinforcements. His villagers need to die. Otherwise, he will get enough there on the ground. Some more Karambits. 5 years is the elephant getting in there. It seems like another scout is hitting more Karambits. This looks so good.
No, more elephants coming in. 3 years. I think he's got this. It's just, if the elephants could get in. Last elephant's got it in. Full HP. Losing. Oh no!
Gee. Oh, and Tado even with the blaming game, very untypical for him. Well played, Jupe. Tado, why you to see my dog? Oh, so many tough decisions to make this in the end. Modri, 86 pop. If he loses this, he looks like Skittle, completely getting raided in his base as well. Wasn't looking too great for him, but in the end, as we say over and over again, everything that happened before is absolutely unimportant as long as your color is in the right hand side hand corner when it says Monument 0 years.
That was a hell of a game. It started out a little bit slow, but as soon as we hit that 50 years mark, just all hell broke loose, and a lot of different strategies, and that was a hell of a game.
Oh. Okay, so Skittle had this one hole in. Honey kind of sandwiched there. Tado in the back. At the side was Tube. Skittle was trying to wall him off. Tough spot in the center. Lost so many villagers. Got them walled in. So he couldn't really compete. Roach, let's take a look at his resources. I think... Oh, yeah. He still had 9k gold left. He played the very long run. But, well... Oh, not killing Modri. Well enough. And let's take a look at the achievement, shall we? Modri with the most killed. Skittle actually positive KD there. Something that really surprises me. Must have been some nice raids early on there. And, well, Honey needs to leave quite early on. Tado with his weird migration strategy wasn't the biggest factor in this game.
Anyway, thanks for having me, Nelly. It was a pleasure to catch.